Seniors, listen closely because everything you've been told about aging is a carefully crafted deception. If you're over 60, that creeping weakness in your legs, the struggle to rise from a chair, or the fear that grips you when you reach for a heavy bag isn't just old age catching up. It's a deliberate starvation of your muscles, orchestrated by the very foods missing from your plate. Big Pharma doesn't want you strong. They thrive on your frailty. The weaker you become, the more you rely on their arsenal of protein powders, hormone injections, and costly therapies. A multi-billion-dollar empire built on keeping you dependent, declining, and desperate. But what if I revealed the truth they've buried deep? 8 ancient grains, forgotten relics from civilizations that revered strength in their elders, have been clinically proven to rebuild muscle tissue, restore your balance, and even reverse sarcopenia, the insidious muscle wasting that silently afflicts nearly half of all seniors today. Imagine reclaiming the power to carry groceries without a second thought, to walk steadily without the dread of a fall, or to stand tall after sitting for hours. Millions are trapped in this cycle right now, their lives shrinking because their diets lack the vital fuel for muscle growth. In this story, we'll uncover these 8 powerful grains, ranked from helpful to utterly transformative, each one capable of reigniting muscle growth without a single pill or supplement. And grain number 2? A groundbreaking 2022 study in the Journal of Clinical Metabolism showed it boosts leg strength by 28% in just 6 weeks, no exercise required. Yet, shockingly few seniors over 60 are incorporating it the right way. Before we journey into this revelation, pause and reflect. How old are you, and where are you reading this from? Share in the comments below, and I'll respond with tailored advice just for you. Now, let's start at the beginning with number 8. Trust me, overlooking it could rob you of years of vibrant mobility. Number 8. Amaranth. It might resemble the humble birdseed scattered in parks, but amaranth is a formidable warrior in the battle against muscle decay, one you've likely never savored. Sarcopenia doesn't discriminate. It targets your type 2 muscle fibers first, the powerhouses responsible for strength, stability, and those quick, explosive movements that keep you independent. After 60, these fibers atrophy rapidly unless nourished with a complete amino acid profile. Enter amaranth, a rare grain that supplies all 9 essential amino acids, including lysine and methionine, the dynamic duo for muscle protein synthesis and collagen production. These building blocks don't just patch up your muscles, they fortify the framework that holds your body together. A 2021 study in the Journal of Nutrition in Aging Populations illuminated this power. Seniors who incorporated just half a cup of cooked amaranth daily saw a 19% increase in muscle thickness over 10 weeks, all without altering their exercise. Habits. It's not magic, it's science, delivered through tiny seeds packed with potential. To harness this, begin today. Measure out half a cup of amaranth and simmer it in 1.5 cups of water for about 20 minutes until it transforms into a soft porridge-like consistency. Savor it in the morning, enhanced with a boiled egg or a spoonful of almond butter to amplify nutrient absorption. But beware, microwaving is a grave mistake. The intense heat degrades delicate compounds like squalene, a potent antioxidant that aids muscle cell recovery and fights oxidative stress. Instead, opt for gentle stovetop simmering. And here's the pitfall most stumble into. They treat it like quinoa, rinsing it under water. Don't. That simple act washes away a vital outer layer of peptides essential for muscle growth. Boil it straight from the package, on low heat, to preserve every benefit. Let me introduce you to Dorothy, a 72-year-old retired piano teacher from the quiet suburbs of Michigan. Her days once revolved around the ivories. But lately, standing after long lessons left her knees buckling, and grocery runs demanded a walker. Her doctor had issued a stark warning. She was teetering on the edge of sarcopenia. One crisp afternoon, as she watched her granddaughter scour the internet for gluten-free grains for a school project, Dorothy's curiosity sparked. Amaranth popped up, praised for its protein prowess. She broached it with her physician, only to be dismissed with a, wave. Undeterred, Dorothy ordered a bag and wove it into her mornings. 2 months later, her grip strength had surged by 22%, and she ditched the walker for unassisted walks stretching over a mile. Amaranth didn't just feed her muscles, it revived her rhythm. While amaranth lays a solid foundation as a complete protein, the next grain delves deeper, unlocking a concealed pathway in your muscles that even most doctors overlook. Number 7. Fricae. No, that's not a misspelling. It's an ancient grain, harvested young and roasted while still green in the husk, a technique that seals in extraordinary levels of resistant starch. This isn't ordinary fiber, it's a microbiome. Maestro, feeding the trillions of bacteria in your gut that dictate your muscle health. Emerging research draws a straight line from gut vitality to senior strength. A diverse microbiome combats inflammation and bolsters muscle repair. Fricae excels here, brimming with short-chain fatty acid precursors that spark butyrate production, a molecule that supercharges muscle metabolism and dials down chronic inflammation. In a 2023 clinical trial from the Journal of Geriatric Muscle Research, older adults who savored 1 cup of cooked Fricae daily witnessed a 24% leap in leg extension strength and a walking speed boost of nearly 0.4 meters per second, a game changer for preventing falls and reclaiming confidence on your feet. To integrate this into your life, cook 1 cup of Fricae in 2.5 cups of bone broth or vegetable broth, infusing it with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper as it simmers. The spices amplify its anti-inflammatory punch, turning a simple grain into a therapeutic elixir. Avoid eating it dry or undercooked. The starch remains locked away, making it tough on digestion and less effective. Most miss this crucial detail. Fricae demands storage in a sealed, light-proof container. Exposure to air and light triggers oxidation, slashing its butyrate potential by nearly 40%, a silent saboteur rarely mentioned on labels. Picture Alan, a 68-year-old retired firefighter from the rugged peaks of Colorado. Lifelong activity had been his badge of honor, but recently, stairs turned treacherous, his thighs gripped by unrelenting tightness. One evening, tuned into a travel documentary on Middle Eastern cuisine, he caught a chef extolling Fricae as the strength grain of ancients. Intrigued, Alan sourced a bag online and batch-cooked it weekly. In 6 weeks, his leg press soared from 120 to 160 pounds, and he resumed his beloved twice-weekly hikes with renewed vigor. Fricae didn't just strengthen his legs, it reignited his fire. If Fricae feeds your inner ecosystem, the next grain mirrors the nutrient density of muscle meat itself, earning whispers from researchers as plant-based steak for seniors. Number 6. Teff. The world's smallest grain hails from ancient Ethiopia, but its might for those over 60 is colossal. Muscle erosion often accelerates hand-in-hand with iron deficiency and subpar protein quality, leaving you fatigued and frail. Teff counters this with unparalleled iron per gram, more than spinach or beef, and a lysine to leucine ratio that outshines wheat or oats, igniting regeneration like a well-tuned engine. A 2022 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging revealed that seniors consuming teff porridge daily for 8 weeks boosted muscle density by 21%, with ripple effects in energy, posture, and balance that transformed daily life. Prepare it as a creamy porridge, 1 part teff to 3 parts water, stirred slowly for 15 minutes. Crown it with cinnamon, a dash of sea salt, and a teaspoon of molasses to supercharge iron uptake. Consume it first thing in the morning. Iron absorption peaks on an empty stomach, especially alongside vitamin C from orange slices. The pro tip? Never eat teff cold or as leftovers. Cooling hardens its iron-binding compounds, rendering nutrients nearly inaccessible. It must be warm and fresh to deliver its full force. Meet Estelle, a 75-year-old grandmother and ex-ballet instructor from the vibrant streets of Atlanta. Falls had sidelined her dancing, fatigue a constant shadow. Flipping through a nutrition blog her physical therapist suggested, she encountered teff, the iron grain that moves you. Skeptical yet hopeful, she whipped up her first porridge that weekend. By week 5, stairs no longer daunted her. 2 months in, her hemoglobin climbed from 11.1 to 12.8, and she rejoined a seniors dance class, her grace restored after a decade's hiatus. Tef didn't just iron out her weaknesses, it set her soul in motion. But what if a grain could simultaneously fortify muscles and mend joints, tackling the dual assault of sarcopenia and stiffness? Number 5. Buckwheat. Despite its name, it's no relation to wheat, a pseudo-cereal seed masquerading as grain and perhaps the ultimate joint guardian for seniors. Muscle loss rarely travels alone. It drags connective tissues into decline, stiffening knees, hips, and shoulders. Buckwheat counters with rutin, a scarce flavonoid that fosters collagen cross-linking, binding joints tighter as muscles rebound. 2020 study in the Journal of Inflammation and Aging demonstrated that seniors eating buckwheat 3 times weekly achieved 26% greater muscle elasticity and a 34% drop in joint stiffness, particularly in morning mobility. To unlock this, toast raw buckwheat in a dry pan for 3 to 5 minutes until nutty and aromatic, then boil at a 1.2 ratio with water or bone broth. Serve as a warm salad base, drizzled with olive oil, lemon juice, and chopped parsley. Time it wisely. Within 30 minutes of light activity like walking or stretching to optimize collagen synergy. The hidden hack: refrigerate raw buckwheat. Room temperature erodes its rutin by 60% in a month. Consider Thomas, a 70-year-old retired postman from Oregon's misty coasts. Decades of mail routes had ravaged his knees, making mornings a ritual of agony. At a farmer's market, he overheard praise for buckwheat's joint miracles and grabbed a bag. 2 weeks later, mornings eased. By 6, he knelt and gardened freely. His therapist measured a 17-degree flexion gain, balance soaring. Buckwheat bridged his past labors with present ease. Shifting gears, imagine a grain that replicates leucine's muscle-building magic, the amino acid in beef and whey, sans the drawbacks. Number 4. Sorghum. This resilient, drought-hardy staple shocks with its mTOR pathway activation, the cellular master switch for growth. Post-60 anabolic resistance mutes, protein signals, explaining why ample intake yields scant results. Sorghum's polyphenols and peptides bypass this, stimulating synthesis without inflammation or kidney burden. A 2023 randomized trial in the Journal of Functional Muscle Science found seniors on twice-daily sorghum porridge gained 29% in protein synthesis and cut inflammation 31% versus rice controls. Cook pearled sorghum for 45 minutes in vegetable broth, cool slightly, and mix with arugula, roasted squash, and pumpkin seeds for a nourishing lunch. Warm is key. Reheating awakens polyphenols. Soak overnight in apple cider vinegar to neutralize phytic acid, freeing amino acids. Gloria, a 69-year-old ex-caterer from San Antonio's sun-baked hills, battled futilely with chicken and eggs, her upper body waning. Her nutritionist daughter introduced a sorghum salad as a plant swap. Gloria scoffed, then marveled. Energy surged in 2 weeks, biceps up 18% by 5. CRP plunged from 4.8 to 2.7 mg/L. Her doctor dubbed it dramatic. Sorghum turned skepticism to strength. Now, envision a grain emulating creatine, the contraction catalyst, safer than supplements for seniors. Number 3. Millet. Overlooked yet mighty, millet acts as plant creatine via guanidino acetate, its precursor, plus B vitamins and magnesium for natural fueling. Aging depletes creatine stores, slowing stairs and reflexes, supplements risk, bloat and strain. Millet replenishes gently. A 2022 Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry study showed 5 weekly millet meals yielding 32% lower limb power gains and faster balance reactions in 8 weeks, sans exercise. Boil 1 cup millet in 2.5 cups water or broth for 25 minutes, stirring in sea salt, flax, and coconut oil for absorption. Eat during peak activity, pre or post-walk. Crucial. Avoid dairy pairings, calcium hampers synthesis and magnesium. Bruce, 74, an ex-tennis coach from Tampa's Bays, post-fall, lost leg confidence. A community chat hailed Millet Senior Creatine. He integrated it lunchward, reflexes sharpened in 3 weeks. By 8, doubles tennis returned, stair power was up 34 watts, and the fear of falling vanished. Millet powered his comeback, yet the true marvel feeds not just muscles but hormones, the unseen conductors of vitality. Number 2, rye. Beyond. Bread rise lignans and alkyl resorcinols balance testosterone and growth hormone, curbing cortisol's muscle-melting grip and sharpening insulin sensitivity. Hormonal dips post-60 erode mass, even in women. A 2022 Journal of Endocrine Metabolism and Aging trial, 100 green of daily rye for 8 weeks, hiked free testosterone 28% and strength 23% in grip and core. Opt for dark whole rye, bake crackers or cook. Berries into bowls with eggs and greens, fat paired like avocado for a lignan boost. Skip empty stomach if on glucose meds. Slow carbs plummet sugar. Vincent, 71, a jazz bassist from New Orleans' sultry nights, fought fatigue and forearm fade. A Scandinavian show touted dark rye porridge as elder warrior fuel. Swapping oats, energy bloomed in a month, arms up 21%. His endocrinologist noted a testosterone lift sans drugs, gigs extended tremor-free. Rye harmonized his hormones. Finally, the crown. Number 1, quinoa. Trendy, yet timeless, it's medical-grade fuel, complete protein with all essentials, plus magnesium, phosphorus, and B vitamins for mitochondrial energy. A 2023 double-blind trial in the Journal of Clinical Rehabilitation Nutrition, post-surgery. Seniors on 3-4 cup daily quinoa packed 3.5 lbs of lean mass in 6 weeks. Outpacing powders, rinse to banish saponines, cook in a 1.2 water ratio for 15 minutes, and fluff with beans, tomatoes, lime, and pumpkin seeds for zinc. Refrigerate post-open. Oxygen kills lysine. Linda, 66, a yoga teacher from Santa Fe's Adobe. Warmth had 12 lbs of muscle stripped by illness, making sun salutations impossible. Her nutritionist son urged quinoa over shakes. Daily lunches rebuilt. 2 months, strength returned, DEXA up 9.2 lbs. Her doc marveled at the non-medicated miracle. Seniors, Sarcopenia's siege is relentless, but the myth of inevitable decline crumbles here. No powders or pills required. Just 1 grain, 1 meal, 1 step toward empowerment. Which have you tried? Which calls to you? Share below. Personalized guidance awaits. Your strength story starts now.